The grand journey of the Shareware episode continue with wall to wall. Or something like that. But anyway, this is the secret level of the Shareware episode, and it was made by Joe Sigler. You know, the charming fellow who made Sebastian Christ earlier, because he was such a good fellow who's lazy as hell. But okay, now comes the time where I'll probably regret all of the bad things I've said about Joe Sigler into this previous update, if only because this is an actually good level. I gotta say, this is another one of those levels that was used in order to showcase how good the Shareware episode is into this game. This level is just the right size, and it's also one of the most open-ended levels into the whole game, but not in the same vein than, say, Rocky Plateau, because while the previous level was just an exercise in getting lost and having absolutely no idea where to go, at least in this one level, this is a level that you can beat in several different ways. There's no clear way in order to get to this level, so it's easy to get a whole bunch of keys without getting the ones that you're supposed to get beforehand. There's a whole bunch of secret passageways that allow you to bypass most of the level. And well, all of this good stuff. I gotta say, this level is really nice. This level is also notorious for having a whole lot of secrets. This level has more secret walls than any single level into the whole game. And just in case that you don't trust me, well, just wait until the end of the level in order to see the stat screen, because it's just ridiculous. But what is nice about the fact that this level has so many secrets is that even though there's so many of them, it's not even hard to find them. I gotta say it, this is a level that I only had to redo something like 3 times, and basically I just had to redo it 1 time because I missed one secret, but hey, figure that I should just redo it, considering that it was easy to find out what I missed. But yeah, this is one of the things that, however, that I don't like as much. This also has a whole bunch of dead ends into some parts of the level, so yeah. This one part, however, I don't like it as much, but that's only one thing which has been done in an incorrect way, and in comparison to all of the good things that this map made in comparison, so I can't really blame it on that. So yeah, it's the best staircase ever, and this is the best passageway ever, and oh god, I don't want this to be the best death ever. Okay, that's okay. So yeah, we already have 2 keys and we're not even 3 minutes in, but okay, now this part of the level is certainly the one single thing I hate about this level. Yep, you figured it already, it's a maze, and how fun it is. A whole bunch of blocks and scaffolding, so okay, I believe that I'm going in the right direction now. Okay, Jesus Christ, that's not the good way. Yep, how brilliantly designed, but yeah, at least you can figure out that the way that you have to go, well, you need to reach this lone spring that hangs into the distance, because this is where you'll find the room that leads somewhere. Here we go, that's already the end of the maze. At least it's easy enough to figure your way out through it. Unlike, once again, Rocky Plateau. Yeah, I know I'm bringing this level a whole lot, but I don't know, both levels seem pretty similar into some ways, but at least this level can be very linear if you decide it to be played linear, whereas Rocky Plateau, you only had the choice to play it the way it wanted to be played, aka being really ugly and deadly. But however, this level can be played in a completely linear way if you decide to, or you can also do the way that allow you to go through the level without any kind of logic. And yeah, this level also has one of those springs that break after you jump on them. So anyway, it's impossible to get the extra life, as well than all of the hang symbols that lie around the area into one single jump, because you'll just fall short. And well, if you have the full game and you decide to run the Shareware through the Dark War executable, then this allows you to play the Shareware as other characters, so that means you can pick up one of the faster characters in order to be able to get more of the life items, but even then you still cannot get the extra life. And into the Shareware episode, the only player you can play as is, well, Teradino Cassat over here, which is Mr. Average. So instead, well, you've just guessed how we get this extra life that we've just saw earlier. We're gonna take a little flight into the sky. And by the way, we can already finish the level if we wanted to, but there are some extra places that we need to showcase. mainly the area where you are supposed to get all of the keys, because, well, the silver key is not at only one place in this level. You get it at 2 places because, well, the designer just decided to place an extra key into one of the areas if you decide to just break the level progression and just go through the level the way it was not meant to be played. So yeah, this area ahead of us that is protected by a whole bunch of fire chutes is where you're supposed to get the silver key if you didn't decide to take this little secret with the staircase full of anti-gravitational disc and the platform that you had to ride earlier. And also we get sky elevators. I'm really not sure how that works, but yeah, it works, so what else can I say? And besides, you know the drill. This game runs on the Wolfenstein 3D engine, so it cannot has more than one texture for the floor as well as the ceiling. And if you happen to run the game onto a slower computer back in the time, one way in order to make... we're not gonna get crushed here, do we? Okay, only the enemies. I suppose this is what they meant by wall-to-wall. But anyway, what I wanted to say about before I got rudely interrupted by this wall who wanted to scare me. Oh yeah, I was talking... Oh yeah, this is where you get the silver key, by the way. If you decided to play this level into the correct order without skipping anything with the aid of the secret areas that we've just uncovered. But yeah, since it's the Wolfenstein 3D engine, you can only have one texture for the ceiling as well as the floor. And also, if you wanted to speed up the game, you could also disable the floor and the ceiling in order to speed up things. And as expected, this makes the game look really ugly. So, backtracking time through the elevator, because who wants to wait for elevators? After all, you only want to see people getting smited into the face with holy justice. Or maybe people being eaten by the... Yeah, what happened to Dog Mode anyway? It was a long time since we saw him. I kinda miss the guy. But hey, it's not in those videos that we're going to see him, considering that Dog Mode is missing into the Shareware episode. He only appears in the full version of the game, which is a tragedy, what can I tell you? But hey, you do need a reason in order to make it so that people will buy the full game. And yeah, extra life and another God Mode just in case you didn't miss it enough. But yeah, let's just see it this way. The Shareware version has all of the best levels into the game, as well as most of the great weapons and all of this, but the full game has a magical dog that eats people alive. So yeah, why else would you buy the game? And yeah, holy shit! 144 secret walls. And yeah, believe me, it's not even that hard to find. And yeah, before we put an end to this video, we're gonna showcase another little Easter egg, because you see, the designer of this level decided to sign his creation with a whole bunch of lowly peons. JS, Joe Sigler, or insert whatever name that fits, and also for JX. You decide. So this is it for this journey through the Shareware episode. Stay tuned for the upcoming episode 3 of the full game, and whenever we'll be back to the Shareware episode, next level will be level 4, Dark Tunnels.